Yo, what's up, man? What the fuck you mean, nigga? I like to be wild and shit and talk shit like that on my videos. Do this little acting and shit because in my movies, I like to do the acting and I like to go crazy in at least one scene where I'd be like, man, I'm about to kill that motherfucker. I don't give a fuck. Crazy, nigga. I don't give a fuck. Nigga, I ain't crazy. They crazy. So I like to do little wild scenes like that where I snap the fuck off scene off camera and shit like, you bitch ass nigga, what the fuck y'all want to do then, nigga? Ride out then or ride your bitch ass on. Well, quit trying to argue with me. We barely know each other, motherfucker. I don't know you. Y'all silly, man. Y'all get the fuck out of here with all that shit. Dog, I'm trying to tell you to get the fuck out of here with all that shit, man. You know what? That's it. We done talking. Let's get into the shit. Oh, okay. I thought so then. No, man, they always come up with the same shit. That's why I go over there and I get the fuck in their face because I'm tired of the dumb shit. It's gonna be on and pop it every time I see them from now on. That's what I'm on. I don't give a fuck, man. It's whatever. We'll let them pop their pistols then. Shit, I don't give a fuck. They ain't just make one motherfucking gun. Whose side you motherfucking on? Then ride with me and quit trying to come up with these goofy ass scenarios. The fuck you talking about? And that would be the scenarios that I come up with sometimes in my scenes in my movies, and I act them out just like that, and I have fun doing that shit. Welcome to Hood Films. Do the like and subscribe button. Hit me up. I got no fear in the game. I don't mind doing exactly how I like to do it. Watch my movie Killer Rapper. You can see some of my acting antics right there in that film. I wrote it. I directed it. It's a movie about the death of rappers and the reporter going out investigating it, the crimes, and I am the main character in it. I got a gang of actors and gang of crew members from around Chicago to help me make this movie. Go over there and see it. And we're going to do acting scenes and we're going to do drilling ourselves as actors so we can make this shit happen. Making music, making movies, everything on this website because I am the most creative motherfucker breathing on this planet. I got this shit skilled so hard. And y'all just not getting to know me, but I've been doing movies and shit since I was in my 20s, and that was 27 years ago. And I was grinding my ass out with a movie every single year to this motherfucking day. That's why I say go to hoodfilms.com and stop fucking around and go check some of my fucking movies out. Go see shit. Why y'all playing with me? Y'all keep doing I make movies. Y'all won't even go see my motherfucking movies, but y'all trying to keep coming over here and tell me what the fuck I'm doing. Go get my motherfucking movies. And go check my shit out because I've been grinding at this shit for a lot of years, man. I love what I do. I will never take a job. I will never go work for no motherfucking body. I never did when I was a kid. If I did, I whooped the shit out of my boss' ass. If he ever said some shit to me, if he ever got in my face, I tried to beat his motherfucking ass. And I did beat their ass a couple of times at jobs. And I had a little restraining orders and all that goofy shit. But I ain't give a fuck because I always let the boss be the goofy. I let the boss be the dummy. I let him play his own self. My father used to say, give enough rope to hang themselves. So I say, all right. Then I let the motherfucker come in there, act like he tough, and then eventually they tell me, I'm gonna beat your ass. Then it's like, ah. Then the motherfucker be like, hello? Yeah, that guy. And I was like, I thought so. You don't want no problems. But I was old nigga, I don't kick it like that no more. That was when I had a whole ass job, so I decided not to even put myself in predicaments like that, because me getting a job is just basically getting me closer to going to jail, where you'll have more people over you telling you what to do. So to me, it's like, that's dumb. So you work for yourself, you do for self. If you make it, you happy. If you don't, you keep grinding. So today is the first day of the year. Welcome to my page. I do smoke, I do act, I do direct my movies. And if you're going to get to know me, you got to know me thoroughly. You got to know how I kick it. Everything about me. This is what I'm smoking on. Some good ass green. If you can see, we call that cheetah piss right there. And it's some good ass nuggets in there. If you can see inside there, I don't know if it's blurry for you, but you can see a little something to choke out on. And that's what I'm doing. And enjoy this new year. My little kid is going off to college in a few days. And it's the first time since I was in my 20s when I don't have nobody to be responsible for. I had my first kid when I was 20, and that was in 1993. And subsequently, about 2 years after having him, his mother started keeping him away from me, where I couldn't see him no more. So then about 4 years after that had went past of her doing that, and I was able to win him back in court. Well, I was able to keep him in my life until he became a grown man. Stupid me. Went back to the baby mama and crushed her. Had another baby. You already know. She did the same thing again with the other kid. But after that, I had met another lady who I got with. She helped me do my filmmaking, and I stayed with her, and we've been together for 20-some fucking years. But she was the person that was more suitable for me in my young years because I'm wild as fuck, you know. I grew up in the streets. We was outside the streets hustling at about 8, 9 years old. You see the shorties on the side of the fucking highway where you from. That was me growing up. But we wasn't at the highway. We was at the local supermarket asking people, can we help them to their car? With bags that they had, specifically old ladies, and you got the money from that. And you put that money into your life. So by the time I left, by the time crack and drugs when it came around, I had been hustling 5 to 10 years before I even saw that shit. So, you know what I mean? That was old to me when motherfuckers started hustling crack, but hustling crack was way more lucrative than helping people to their fucking car. But it was like a lot of people didn't jump off the porch hustling until crack came around. So, but you know, I was happy and shit to get my little money growing up as a kid like that. But I learned about the streets. I learned about hustling. I learned about getting money for myself at a very young age and learning how to do it. So as I became a grown man, and the filmmaking slowed down. It was right after I think they had a recession in '08. And things had slowed down for me, which I didn't know going towards that. I didn't know some shit was like that was going to happen. But then I started figuring out how to try to make different moves for myself, and I didn't want to necessarily do projects for people because I was thinking like, that's stupid, because what if everybody lose money? You stuck trying to do some kind of project for a person. But along with the pandemic came along with the internet. The internet was on side of not the pandemic, it was called a recession at that time. So Facebook, Instagram, all these things started coming around right behind that. And then YouTube, which is where we are right now, started getting its respect. So now people making money from online and people making money from these Instagrams and being fucking influencers. So that recession curved to people's world, and then the same thing like this pandemic is going to do, is going to switch things up for people and make people have to do different things to make money for themselves and make money for their family, which is dope because it keeps you creative. It keeps you coming up with new ways and new avenues. Just like this shirt right here, you see right here, I call it Hood Films. I made this shirt. This is my brand. I created this from scratch. Nobody gave me nothing. Nobody hired me to do nothing. Nobody gave me the idea, no designs, no storylines. I made this all myself. So when it builds up, as it builds up, it's going to continue to be, I'm the one benefited from it 100% because I built it myself. And just like on my website or just like on my Instagram or anywhere else where people follow me and fuck with my brand, all of them people together is about a couple of thousand people, which is cool for me because that is people who I know is going to continue to buy my products and support me as I continue to push things out there. You know what I'm saying? So I like being self-made. I like having my own. I like making my own schedule. I could never have somebody being my boss. I could never have somebody telling me what time to show up, what time to get somewhere, disrespecting me when I get there. Oh, you late. Oh, you took too long. Oh, you messed this up. And it's like, if you don't get your goofy ass out of my face. I always had the mentality of, I'd rather just snap on your ass and rather fight you or get you mad or get you scared of me, and then I go on my life. And the same thing like when I was in the Army. You know, I had my time in the Army and shit, but it was just not for me. I couldn't be under that kind of control. I couldn't be under that kind of rule. It wasn't for me. So for long, I was taking my whole clothes off like I'm going back to Chicago. Fuck this goofy shit. And they was like, well, you can't be around the other cadets. You got to be somewhere else. And I was like, well, they would do whatever you want to do. And I got the fuck out of there. It just wasn't for me. So you talk about being 18 years old to being 48 next year, and I'm glad that I got the hell away from that shit. And I'm also glad that I stopped letting people convince me that having a job is the best thing going. I laugh about that shit now because my brother, rest in peace, he had a great job working at the CT, which is the bus department in Chicago, which is a big ass thing because the buses go everywhere. But and my father was a fireman. Can you imagine that? They both work in the city departments, and they looking at me like, "What's your problem?" And it's like, I don't want to do that goofy ass shit. I like being a filmmaker. I like living in my own way. I like doing how I like to do it. Fuck a job. I don't give a fuck about no car note. I don't give a fuck about no rent note. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Any bitch gotta build me because I go to some pussy ass job. I don't want that bitch. I'm gonna do things my motherfucking way. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be hard. I had to sleep in cars when I got my chance to go to Hollywood and Paramount Pictures. I had to sleep on the fucking streets. I had to sleep in an area called Skid Row. I had to go down there, get the fucking ID, be up in that stanky ass place because I had nowhere to go, and they was not gonna pay me no money because it's called an internship. And that's the game. And I did that shit for as long as I could, and then I was like, fuck this, I'm out. I'm taking my ass back to Chicago. I was like, I'm not finna be on no homeless shit up in this motherfucking Hollywood, standing at this studio where these motherfuckers living good, eating weird ass breakfasts and shit, and my motherfucking ass like on the fucking streets. I couldn't change clothes. I had a laptop with me, a cell phone. It was the worst, man. But God gave me that. And so as I thought about it, like, what am I missing? Like, how did I not be able to make my dream come true at one of these studios? I'm at the studio, got the ID. If you think I'm bullshitting, I kept my motherfucking ID because I'm a boss. I don't give a fuck about them motherfuckers. I kept my ID. If you think I'm bullshitting, see that? In case your motherfucking ass ain't got the good eyeballs, I'll show it to you. See what that shit say? That shit say Paramount, and that shit say Yusef motherfucking Hood. That's to let you know that that's official. You see it right there? That's 100% official. That's the actual motherfucking ID. I kept it. Because I was like, I ain't going to be back at this bitch. And these hunkies ain't getting this back. And on my mama, I kept that motherfucker. Like, fuck them. I'm keeping this shit. And I did. But you know, I'm the kind of nigga that don't give no fuck. So I don't ever have to work for their white ass. I ain't got to be at their company. I ain't got to kiss their ass. I ain't got to fit in with them motherfuckers. You gave me the opportunity to be up in the studio. I loved it. It was dope for me because I'm from the streets. I'm from the hood. I do films. But when I do films, I don't need their motherfucking acceptance. I don't need they fucking telling me if it's good enough or if I'm in a clique. They all kiss my ass. I make my own movies. I'm the CEO of what the fuck I create. Just like they the CEO of they shit, whoever the fuck is the CEO, and you can look that shit up at the people who opened up Paramount Pictures in 1912, which I was up there in 2011, and it had been 100 years. It was actually 99 years. It was turning 100 years that January. So I was there like September, October, November, December, that other time frame. So it was great. It was great to be up there because I loved it, but I had to keep me a memorabilia for the rest of my life so my great grandkids could see that somebody from the hood actually got an ID from Paramount Pictures, that it wasn't just me proverbially saying it, and that I'm boss enough to take that shit, that they ain't my motherfucking boss. They are not my CEO. I don't give a fuck about who was mad. You can kiss my ass. I tell you right to your face, bitch, I'm taking this motherfucking ID. The funny thing is too, my last day up there, I had to take another dude to the ID area. I knew this was my last day because I couldn't stay. And I told my little guy who pulled me in there, that I couldn't stay. He was like, man, you're always welcome to come back, bro. You know, it was cool, but I wasn't going back because I had to go to Chicago and I had to hustle. And I had to hustle because LA was cool, but if you need a Caucasian to put you in a play. So that's not going to really happen to me too much because I really don't get down with them like that. I fuck with them. They're my customers. They buy for me, but I'm not your normal ass kissing nigga who just can't wait to be around white people. And it's like, okay, oh, it's some other niggas around. Get the fuck out of here. These my white people. Fuck wrong with you, man. Nah, I know you just gonna embarrass me if they fucking understand who you are, because I know how the fuck you is. You the Junebug in your goddamn family. So it's just how some black people are and shit, but that's not how I kick it, because I don't give a fuck. I be around whites, blacks, greens, yellow, purples, or fucking blues. As long as you're a human, I don't care where the fuck your ass from. I just realized that I had some goddamn chips spilt on my motherfucking spilt on my goddamn thing that hold my damn iPad. This just kind of shocking me because this is dumb for this to be sitting here. So I got an option. I can keep blogging, or I can get up right now and go dust this off, which I decide I am, because y'all can hold on for about 2/3 of a second. Grab it ain't that far. The hell? How the hell did that fall there? All right, guys. Hold your horses. Hold your horses. I wanted to clean that up because that just kind of, I'm seeing that like, what the fuck? The fuck's going on? The fuck's going on? So anyway, man, your boy Yusef Hood, the original filmmaker, self-made, creative artist. Like and subscribe on my page. Go to my website, hoodfilms.com. Check out my products. Check out my work, man. I built this brand from absolute zero, which means that I was homeless. I've been homeless a lot of times in my life. I was homeless when I built the brand at 25. I was homeless for years. I met a girl, and then we started dating. And I was to get my ass up. I was able to get up off the streets a little bit. But I had an apartment when her and I met. So she just never stopped fucking with me. That nigga swag was right. Her swag was right. I'm just trying pulling in my chargers and shit. So I could charge my shit up with my phone at. My phone right here that I'm using. To blog to y'all motherfucking ass. So I just plug things in real quick. And I'm just saying all that to tell y'all, man, believe in yourself. I've been in a lot of shit, been through a lot of shit, but I believe in myself through the whole kit, y'all. I never gave up. I never said I couldn't do it. Everybody did never believe it. That I can get to somewhere like Paramount Pictures. That I could be working on Mission Impossible 4, the fucking Glee, American, what the fuck is it called? Horror Story. And I actually got the call sheets from those motherfucking shoots. Some of those shoots they had went under different names because they didn't want people seeing the titles for the actual shoot, so they put on a different name in case the layman would pick up one of those call sheets. So it was just the way you put yourself in position to create and build yourself up. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, you just keep hustling and shit, and so that's what I've always done in my life, is stayed a hustler. I stayed a fucking independent guy. I never sold my shit to nobody. Can't nobody say they my boss. Can't nobody told you that I owe them something. All the copyrights is in my name. All the trademarks is in my name. All my businesses is in my company name, and I keep it like that. Why? Because I don't have to have no boss. Nobody telling me shit. I'll unbossed and unbought is what I like to use. That lady used that, Shirley Chisholm. But when you believe that God got you, I mean, when you really believe that God got you, you don't even worry. You just keep going. And I always knew God got me because I see how my life turned out when I had scary situations. He would always save me or help me. And I'd be like, wait a minute, somebody else would have crashed and burned in this. Somebody else would have got locked up. Somebody else would have, this would have been a bad scenario for them. But for me, it's not like that. He's blessed me to be able to build myself up and look at those things and look at those times when God has been there and he saved me for a way for me to use that and have compassion for other people who probably don't understand that God is in a way helping them, or they may think that this their reason, it's their fault that things are working out. I know for me it was 100% God. Even the fact that y'all sitting here watching me right now, I was just out in the streets a minute ago. It's snowing, raining, it's fucked up on the road. Car could have slipped and did some shit. I could have did some shit myself, ran into somebody. You know, it's not an easy thing out here. It's life. And, you know, who wants something to go bad to them for them or anybody else? You want everybody to be living a great life. So you got to work hard at that by having the right mindset and having the right understanding. You know what I'm saying? I do my filmmaking, I do my movie making, I do my creativity But I also love to do music. I also love to do comedy. So I'm going to be doing all that shit right here on this page, talking to you, trying to make y'all laugh, trying to make y'all happy, trying to make y'all entertained, trying to give you every ounce of me, who I am as a person behind the scenes, the crazy parts, the wild part, the drinking part, the intellectual part, every element that make me who I am. I'm trying to holler at y'all about that so I can just kind of be comfortable in my skin kicking with y'all, because this is the absolute world out there. It's me who grew on the south side of Chicago in my life, reading the books I read, watching the TV shows I read, having my parents talk to me and say the words I heard, friends, family, to now broadcasting myself out to the entire world as somebody actually is sitting here and it's 20 minutes and 37 minutes, 7 seconds into this film, and they still are watching it. They didn't turn away. They're not looking at it like, man, fuck what dude talking about. They like, no, I'm going to hear just like me. When I'm watching shit or something I'm interested in, I watch every single second of that shit. Sometimes it's 2 hours and 50 fucking minutes, and I'm like, so I don't care about the time. I'm interested in what the fuck they talking about. It make me laugh, or it's misinformation, or it's people who I care about what the fuck they talking about. So somebody has went 2008 in this film that they looking at my video right now and they watching every video, every part of this video. You know what I mean? So I'm just grateful to that person, you know, or people, or whoever you are right now that's allowing me to have visitors or people on my station here, on my channel, because so they say the more who come here and watch, I'll be able to make money, or my offspring will be able to make money from the videos that you watch here. We all come to this planet or this area of our lives in this world, and we all come here to make change or make some kind of difference or do something where people can remember our name, or try to at least. And that's exactly what I've been trying to do with filmmaking. I've been trying to do something where people can say, oh shit, Yusef Hood. So acting in my new movie, Killer Rapper, that was a challenge for me because I hadn't done it before. You know, I never did it before in a whole movie, and people get to come and see me, and I'm the lead, and I'm the person carrying the story. It's always been a dream. So when I couldn't get the right people in front of the camera, and the right team came to work on a movie behind the camera, I said, hey, let me just do it in front of the camera. And then they was like, hey, I'm with you. I'm down with you. It's your vision. Let's go. That's when you know you got a great squad. So I never really talk about how dope the movie is or how great I am. I always talk about the people who helped me, the people who understood that why this is the chance I wanted to have to put myself in front of the camera, and the challenges along with that. Because I've always worked with actors, I've always worked with producers, I've always worked with people who are in this realm, but this is the first time it was just me in front of the camera. And the people who are the actors alongside of me, they all dope. So, you know, and this story, man, come on. One thing, I'm probably one of the coldest people on planet Earth, if not the coldest person on this earth, is storytelling. That's something that I spend a lot of time studying. I study the storytelling elements, the storytelling mechanisms. That's what I do. My screenshot right now is storytelling. Literally, this is just what it is. My books that I got sitting over here is storytelling elements. How to do it, what parts you should do, how to observe it when you're not filming, how to bring it to life when you are. And I don't want to be a person that's just do a lot of theory. That's just, oh, I just studied it and I can go somewhere and sit in a fucking university and talk to bougie people about, yes, and then you go and the inciting incident, when you utilize the mechanics of the midpoint, you know, all of this shit is just how people talk, but it ain't how I kick it. So I want to be a person that can actually acclimate these things and implement these things into the art that I create, because that's what I'm looking at when I'm watching films. But films are not one person. Films are a group of people, hundreds of people, lots of people come together to make a movie. And so sometimes that is the part that you got to do. So what I try to do is make sure that I have the people that's helping me make my film, that they love filmmaking. So even if we have a disagreement while we're on set, we can come to a conclusion and fix it, because I know ultimately this person loves filmmaking just like I love filmmaking. And so we make it happen. Yep. So I've been doing some movie reviews, so I want y'all to go back on my older videos and check out some of the movie reviews. Let me know what you think about them. Do you agree with some of the movies that I reviewed and some of the things I said about those movies? Let me know what you think. Go to my website. Go check out some of the gear that I put out at hoodfilms.com. Some of the clothing that I got out there. It's some dope shit. Go holler at it. Go holler at my, what else I got? I'm at walmart.com, the website. You can go to walmart.com. They get Hood Films products. Really grateful about that. That was God did that, you know. So we at Amazon.com we have our own store. On Amazon. Just go to Amazon.com and put Hood Films, put the @ sign first, and then put Hood Films up there. I promise you my store is gonna come up. And you'll get to see products that I created. Just like this. Even my new book, How to Make a Hood Movie. Go there. It's short. It's like 20 something pages. But I wanted to really introduce this theme and story to the world. That making a hood movie is also just as important as making a Hollywood movie, a horror movie, fucking love, a rom-com, romantic comedy, a fucking, I don't know, blast from the past movie. It's just as important because a lot of us do live in the hood, and a lot of us came from the hood, and the hood raised us. So those stories that we saw, those stories that we know about, the people that we ran into in our lives, those stories need to be told. So get back to your day. This your boy Yusef Hood. Thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for watching. I'm probably gonna try to pop back up on here because I like talking to y'all. I like being able to kick it. I like being able to smoke my weed to the world. I've been smoking weed for mad years, so I love to be able to smoke my weed right here on a fucking video. That shit mean a lot to me, that I can come and smoke my weed with y'all, because this is who the fuck I am. I smoke weed a lot. Hey, world out there, I ain't afraid to tell you. While I was starting this brand, even before it and all the way through it, I smoke weed every single day. And I'm not talking about one blunt. I'm talking about, man, hundreds of the motherfuckers. Thousands of the motherfuckers. And I do that because I love fucking marijuana. I got a new company that I'm pushing. It's going to be coming soon. It's going to be in the marijuana industry. I am an independent filmmaker. I am a person that create brands, and I kind of push them to the world. One day, I'm going to get $1 trillion from it. But until that day, I'm going to keep doing it because I actually love it. So check me out at Hood Films on Instagram, Hood Films on Twitter, Hood Films on LinkedIn, Hood Films on Facebook, Hood Films on Clubhouse, Hood Films on YouTube, Hood Films on any platform that's out here, TikTok, you name it. I own the word Hood Films on it. That's something that I also did, and I achieved that goal. I tried to get my name taken off of every program that is around, and I'm the first person to get it from Gmails on around. There's probably some companies that I missed, obviously, but for the majority of the major companies, I think I hit them, where I got my name, and I did it. I don't know if it's like that accurately all over the world, but I did that on a few of these places and platforms like that. And, you know, that's just what it is, man. Thank y'all for listening to me and all that shit. It's dope. I appreciate y'all. Y'all don't even know how appreciated y'all are, because sometimes you get lonely and shit as a filmmaker, because you have to go into a part of the filmmaking process. It's two parts. In the beginning, you got the writing part, which you are lonely at that part, but you know, you're okay with that because the thing don't exist at this point. It's just in your mind. Well, the other part is the editing and promotion part. Well, that's when it gets really nerve-wracking and scary, because now you're by yourself, because you're coming up with this story. Nobody else has seen it. You've edited for weeks or even sometimes months. You've taken breaks. You've come back to it. You've done everything you can working on this film. So in your mind, it's done. It's perfected. Then you leave that part and you let people see it, and they rip that motherfucker apart. And if you're me, you believe everyone's the devil for their opinion. and they're dumb. And you make changes appropriate to some of the stuff that you've heard. And now you're out here promoting this thing to people who've never seen it, and they're not the people who you chose to watch it. Who you kind of knew all these people who you chose to watch it. That ain't the world. And they judging it, and they judging you, and they pushing it out there, and nobody, even the actors, can't help you at this point because it's like, well, that's what you said you wanted, and that's what the fuck you created from all this time and effort that we put into this, and so, voila, and so you be pushing this motherfucker, you like, oh my God, I did my very best on this, you know what I'm saying? So, and I think that that's the part, that loneliness right there, it makes you grow. Because you can stick it to yourself and say, you know what, I'm a strong individual because I survived that, and I'm ready for the next film. So that being said, man, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Go down there, hit the like button, hit the bell button. Holla at your boy Yusef, Hood Films, independent filmmaker from the south side of Chicago, hoodfilms.com. Buy the product, scroll down, watch the movie. Holla at you. Peace out.